So where are we going, Andrew?
Well, on this very cold London day,
Refreshing, with the sun out at least.
well, what we're trying to find,
you.
what I've been told we'll find, is a little piece of Calcutta
Brilliant.
here in wintry London.
Look forward to it.
So, number 17.
Wow.
It is a little piece of India.
Oh, that's quite a welcome.
It's a statue of the Buddha, 18th century. What does the gesture of having the hands open by the sides, what does that signify to you?
That is actually saying, welcome home.
So it's a great thing for our Indian expatriate to have. He's coming back home to India.
He's coming back home to the warmth of India. Hands in the Indian culture are always used to welcome, to send a message, to signify. You know, the greeting is namaste, you know, which is also very hygienic.
I think what for me this place is, it's the repository for a wonderful and very carefully thought out collection of the work of Jamini Roy, who in a sense was to Indian art what the freedom fighters of the early 20th century were to Indian politics, that he was struggling to free Indian painting from these Western ideas that had been pushed on it by the rather patronising attitudes of the British Empire. And I think these two here are almost a before and after, because on this side, this is an early work, and it shows very clearly that he's working in a kind of European idiom. It's a watercolour, you've got a sense of perspective and depth. It's a little bit sentimental, actually. But then here on this side, this is an example of his work after what he called the Great Change, when he decided that he wasn't going to be a Western artist anymore, he was going to be an Indian artist. You might not imagine for a second that this could possibly be by the same artist. The change is so striking.
And I think the change is profound. I look at Jamini Roy as bringing alive again by resisting what you call British. I think that he was engaging them, saying, yes, we understand what you are talking about. However, don't forget the past, the soul which we belong to, what we create. Highlighting the tribal form, the mother and child, the Indian art forms, colors, passion which it delivers.
Well, we see, I mean, here's an example. He was fascinated by the image of the woman.
Yeah. This is what draws out passion. Mother, child is at the core of our culture. The first relationship is always a mother and child. And it's highly signified by the colors. Royal blue, vibrant red. The color red signifies the new, the bright, and sits in front of the mother.
This is flat, bold colour.
Exactly, that's what India is famous for. I mean, if you take any of our celebrations, we are full of color. Each facet, look at the eyes.
I'm struck
the
by
lips.
The eyes are so wide. I mean, talk about, you know, Western representation and breaking the rules. Indian art always breaks the rules of Western representation. That's what I think so many people loved about it. Picasso loved about it, because it just doesn't bother with those rules. If you want to paint the eyes big, you can make them even bigger than the face. It's beautiful.
The eyes are representative of what we want to see in the universe. It's not the physical form, it's the depth, how our soul speaks through our eyes.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't need to be the spoken word. A piece of art is made to speak to you for generations. This piece of art is talking to us right now, saying, I am alive, I am immortal. His passion, which is clearly displayed in his work, going back to the tribals form of art, actually got him a Padma Bhushan in 1955, which is probably one of the highest civilian honors. So he's a well-recorded, remembered artist.
I was going to say, I think now the Indian government has made it law that you cannot take a Jamini Roy painting out of India.
Another surprising fact I'll give you, even with the cars, vintage cars and classic cars are no longer allowed outside of India. I have a dear friend whose father has probably one of the greatest vintage car collections, and the idea is to maintain heritage within the country. And if you are fond of something, then let's, divorce money from matter and keep the passion in its purest form.
So Karan, what are you planning for our lunch?
Well, I'm going to be making the sumptuous Hyderabadi biryani.
And what's special about the Hyderabadi version of, because biryani is a classic rice dish, yes?
The history goes back to the Mughal era. The Mughals came to India and the cuisine evolved with that.
So just as they affected the art of India, they affected the cookery. This is where Persia meets India and creates this new sort of fusion of flavours and tastes. Almost.
Absolutely. Old Indian heritage of style of cooking emerged and evolved. And what you're not going to be seeing in any of this today is the use of tomato. Tomato is not an Indian vegetable. It was brought to India in the early 18th century by the Portuguese.
How does the magic of transforming all of these ingredients into the Hyderabadi, what's it called again?
Biryani.
That's it. How does that happen?
Okay, let's get started. I am taking you through the marination first. All the spices are going to be used to tenderize the meat. So I'm going to be putting in 500 grams of lean lamb. Add to that papaya.
I love papaya.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it put together with lamb. That's a new one.
Papaya is a world-renowned tenderizer.
Really?
Yes.
So a little lemon has that effect also?
Yes, we're going to be adding lemon as well.
Do you sometimes find, as I do, that the act of cooking, you spend so much time breathing in the flavours, and it's almost as if by the time you serve the meal up, you've already eaten a meal. So I sometimes lose my appetite when I'm cooking.
Well, that's yet to happen to me, but
I'm very glad.
Because I take great pride in what I do, and I would, we are always only as good as our last meal.
What happens now?
We add the cinnamon sticks. These come off the bark of trees.
Yeah.
It's highly antioxidant, good for our skin. Green cardamom, approximately 8 to 10, and black cardamom.
Black cardamom.
We also use it in our tea, by the way, the Indian masala chai.
Masala chai, that's where I've had it. Yeah, it's lovely.
Caraway seed.
In England, these are a lot of the flavours of winter.
Yep.
These cinnamon and caraway and
fresh peppercorn. Everything here accentuates our senses. Okay, we have turmeric. A lot has been written about its healing properties. Old grandmother's recipe, when you had a cold or a sniffle, you mixed it in warm milk, had it just before you slept, and woke up just fine in the morning.
I'll have to try that.
Do that. In this winter, you'd love it.
Yeah.
We have red chili powder.
You're cooking for how many people here? Is it just for the two of us?
No, we can feed an army here.
We can feed an army. Okay, so that's not just all that chili powder for the two of us. Good.
No, I'm going to be gentle.
I want to see how much you put.
Now, you have garlic, finely chopped,
Just a bit. Just a little bit of garlic.
There's no life without garlic. Healthy and hopefully happy. Ginger, lots of that. Now, nothing in India is complete without the holy cow. Okay, we have yogurt. We are known for our generosity. And in it goes. It's always going to make you healthy and happy.
That is a lot of different things in one dish.
Are we not done yet?
Oh, what's that? Is that coriander, Karan?
Yeah. The aroma.
It's my
It's like freshly plucked.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
It's packed with superfoods and medicinal herbs. The whole, it's almost like,
just you can feel the flavor coming out. The essential ingredient of all Indian meals, onion, especially with meat. There is a population in India which are strict vegetarians and don't eat the onion. But when we're making Hyderabadi biryani with lamb, and we do the first mixing of this, And Andrew, one thing you haven't noticed, I haven't put salt yet. I do the first mixture.
Smells fantastic already.
So now that I've turned it on, I take salt, sprinkle it. Come on, Andrew, it didn't make you wash your hands for nothing. Come on in.
What have I got to do?
You just gotta feel it.
I've got to feel it.
And just turn it over like a baby.
Like a baby?
Yes, slowly but gently. You gotta put love into this. You know, you're gonna feel it, taste it, the flavor.
I'm trying to put this all together in my head. So I've got to love my biryani baby, but later I've got to eat it.
Leave that for me to do.
Oh, great! Thanks a lot. Well, I hope I can.
I'll make it, and you can try it, and we can all both eat it.
Okay. Well, I think is that.
That's almost done. Yeah. We cover this with a lid. Carry
that's good. That'll stop me getting so hungry.
Yeah. Carry this to the refrigerator.
Bye, biryani baby.
And here it goes
2-hour nap.
for the 2-hour maturity process.
Brilliant.
For this part, we're going to take the favorite ingredient of every Indian kitchen.
Ah.
Ghee. We're going to take a big blob of that. Ghee is clarified butter. And we believe, especially in North India, it's God's gift to cooking. So let's go and put the lamb now.
Some good sizzling going on in there.
Yeah.
That's really coming on, isn't it? You can smell the lemon, you can smell the herbs and spices.
Now, let's check on the rice. Now look at the length of this product. Yeah.
Each grain it's almost...
Yeah, so now this is ready to go in there. And then it shall all cook together in perfect harmony. Mint and coriander mixture going in here. And there it goes.
And how long do we wait again now?
At least 15 to 20 minutes.
It's a very tantalising recipe. I keep thinking we're about to eat. You say, no, time for a tea break. No, another 10 minutes, another 15 minutes. Wait for the rice.
The actual cooking time is not that long.
No, it isn't. It's just that I'm very, very hungry.
Believe me, it's worth it. Okay, I think we are ready. So, look at the lamb. Beautiful. Absolutely ready. I think I'm good. Thank you.
There we go. So should we dig in?
Yes. This is a flavor we've lived through, eaten for centuries, preserved for us even now.
It's all come together, very much around the notes, I think, of the lemon and the cloves and the turmeric.
This is not spicy, but it's flavorful.
I mean, I think there's some interesting work to be done in opening up the rest of the world's understanding of the richness of Indian culture. You know, there's more to Indian culture than Gandhi alone. There's more to Indian cuisine than chicken tikka masala. There's more to Indian art than the Taj Mahal. You know, this is a huge, vast country, a country the size of a continent.
Absolutely. Chicken tikka masala is just a small part of it. Because food is what connects each of us. It's about caring, it's about sharing. We care to help each other share our cultures. We took our tea breaks together. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Come to India, we'll show you every facet. The Indian art, culture and food are one semblance of that.
Yeah, well, here's to that.
Look forward to it.
Happy journeys.
Thank you. You too.
Cheers.